Hi. In this short tutorial, I'll guide you step by step through the NTU course registration system. We'll cover everything you need to know to select the right classes for you. Before we jump into course registration, let me tell you a little bit about classes at NTU. First, there are specific classes you must take in order to graduate. These include Common Core courses, Department Compulsory courses, Physical Education courses, and Service Learning courses. Sometimes the classes will be registered on the system for you, but you should always check what your required classes are for each year. Common Core courses are Chinese, English, or other language classes. Department Compulsory courses are mandatory courses from your department. Physical Education courses are sports classes, and Service Learning courses are volunteering classes. Next, there are elective classes provided by different departments. These classes are more specialized, and a good start for your minor or even a double major. Lastly, there are general/liberal education classes. These courses are categorized into 8 different areas. This is where you can have the most flexibility in choosing your classes simply because of all the variety. You can check the graduation requirements for your major on this website or your department's website. Here is some important information you should look for. Does your department recognize language classes other than English classes? Are there any special rules in course selection? What kind of service learning courses does your department recognize? How many elective classes do you have to take within your department in order to graduate? What general/liberal education classes are required? There are 2 separate systems you're going to use, the NTU course system and the NTU course selection system. It's kind of confusing, but basically you browse and select classes on the course system, then register for them on the course selection system. The system will do a lottery to determine whether you get the class or not. Phase 1 of the course selection period starts around 3 weeks before the beginning of the semester. Phase 2 of the course selection period starts around 2 weeks before the beginning of the semester. And finally, the add and drop period starts in the first 2 weeks after the beginning of the semester. In the NTU course system, you can browse and search all the classes based on class types, or search them by the name of the class or the name of the professor. You can also filter classes from a specific department and look for class recommendations for each year. Use the advanced filter to search for English taught classes, intensive classes, remote classes, prerequisite free classes, or classes from certain periods. When you are looking for general/liberal education classes, filter the classes for specific areas from A1 to 8. You can also use fuzzy search with a keyword. For example, if I want to learn about circular economy, you can see that there are no classes with that name. But with fuzzy search, you'll find many classes covering it. You can browse all the available class information by clicking on the class name. We'll talk about some important information to look for in the second part of this video. Click the Add button to select the class you want. Here you can preview your potential course schedule. With all your selected courses on it, you should look for an empty period to fill in. Finally, export your course to the course selection system. At this point, none of your classes are guaranteed because you'll have to register them on the course selection system and wait for the course selection results. After you go to the course selection system, you will register for the courses and rank them according to your preference. Here are some tips for ranking your classes. Add as many classes you like as possible because you're not guaranteed to get any of them. You can see how many people have signed up for this class to estimate your chances. This next part will get very technical. I will explain the course distribution rules. For high-demand classes, the system will do a lottery to determine which student can take the class. If there's a specific target student mentioned, these major or double major students will be assigned first, then minor students, and then other students. The order is the same when the class is taught in English, but now international students will be prioritized before other students. If there are too many students registering from the same group, for example, there are 50 accounting majors registering for a 30-student class, the priority is like so. You can also deregister classes if you suddenly change your mind, but there's no undo button, so be careful. After the 2 course selection periods, we now enter the add and drop process. Each class has one of the 3 add and drop methods. Classes that use method 1 can be added on a first-come, first-served basis. You'll be registered officially once you successfully added them. Classes that use method 2 require a permission number that can be obtained from the course instructor. Different professors have different ways to distribute them. Sometimes they will do a lottery with your student ID in class, or they could ask you to do an assignment first. It will vary from class to class. Remember to enter your permission number on the system once you get it. Classes that use Method 3 are similar to the rules before the add and drop period. You will be added to a waiting list for the selected course, and the system will distribute the course randomly until the maximum capacity is reached. After the add and drop period ends, you can see your final course selection results and class schedule on the course selection website. If you still need more classes, you can download and complete this petition in the third week after classes begin. You will need approval from the instructor and submit them in the system. Some classes aren't open for registration on the system. In this case, the instructor will state it on the website and ask you to be present for the first class, or sometimes there will be a separate application to complete. If you wish to withdraw from a class, the withdrawal system will be available until a month before finals. You should complete the withdrawal form and get approval from the class instructor. Here are some tips while looking for classes. You should check the grading criteria and class schedule when selecting your class. Some classes are intensive courses that only last half a semester and might fit better into your schedule. You can also take some really interesting classes from the National Taiwan Normal University and the National Taiwan University of Science and Technology. If you're concerned about your GPA, you can access the grade outcome base from these links. If you want to find a course review, you should go to a forum like PTT or Dcard and search with the Chinese class name followed by the instructor's name. On this website, you can see how many people are registered in each class and find out the most popular class that semester. You can check out courses recommended by your department here, categorized by different topics, and with recommended year of study. If you're an international student, you should check out this list of English-taught courses from your department. If you have any questions about the course selection, please contact the NTU Office of Academic Affairs or leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.